Hello and good morning. Welcome. Today is Sunday, November 23rd, and you are watching the Viewscreen. I'm your host, Amy Nelson.
And I'm your host, Kelvin Wood. The Viewscreen is your weekly Star Trek magazine show streaming live on YouTube. And we're here with our friends, news, special features, and lots of love for our Star Trek family all around the world.
Yes. Hello to everyone watching live. Be sure to say hi in the chat and interact. It's just so nice knowing that you're out there.
Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube to make sure you never miss an episode of the Viewscreen. I always feel a bit weird saying that on our season finale because you're going to have a long wait now until the next season, but do it anyway.
Yes, do it anyway. And hello, Retro Doc One in the chat. Good morning. Yes. So this is our last episode. Kelvin, 4 seasons under our belt.
Season 4 finale. If this was Star Trek Enterprise, we'd be done. Yeah. So we are going to take a break from the Viewscreen, and then we will be back in spring, but we will be restarting All Good Things with Kristin and Christos in a couple of weeks' time. So this is our final live stream, just as I get Instagram figured out as well. We are transmitting on both YouTube and Instagram this morning. We're being very fancy with our multi-aspect ratio streaming. So those watching on Instagram should see it in portrait mode, those on YouTube in landscape. It's been that complex to set up. I have accidentally deleted our show logo. So we are brandless this finale, I'm afraid.
Well, Retro Doc says, hoping the finale doesn't end on a cliffhanger. I mean, which season 4, Kelvin, which of season 4's
Oh, so what we on? Redemption?
Oh, yes.
Season 4 of Voyager wasn't a cliffhanger. It was Hope and Fear. So that was a standalone. Deep Space Nine was... the one that they thought Gowron was the changeling at the end. Broken Link. So it's really the real only cliffhanger for a season 4 was TNG. So I'll have to discommendate you, Amy, at the end.
Oh dear! Well, my chair spins much easier.
Oh, how has your week been this week? And again, I feel weird asking you that. I was speaking to you last night.
I know, because we did finalize our travel plans to Melbourne, Australia. So very excited. This is going to be my very first trip to Australia.
Mine too.
Oh, yay. Okay, so we get to experience it together because we are going, Davey, if you follow Trek Masters or Bargain Bin Gamer, is getting married. And so we are going over to support him. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I feel very, very lucky to be invited. And it is so nice to have a reason to go all the way to Australia. It's a long old flight from the UK. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame I can't go with James, but it is term time. So Amy, you're my surrogate partner for the week.
That's my favorite way to travel.
Oh, I'm very glad to be here today. I've been out today celebrating my friend JR's birthday. So we went for lunch. And you know when you're in using your sat nav and you will just issue the verbal command, take me home?
Yeah.
Didn't put my home address in. It took me to a place called home.
Oh, no.
And I was driving towards South Manchester going, I'm going the wrong way. What's it doing? I literally raced in up the stairs, logged on, and here I am on time. So,
oh my gosh.
A little disheveled. Not good for a live stream.
No. Well, we are here to have a fabulous show with our friends. So should we see what's coming up today?
Absolutely. Let's see. So on our season finale, Kristin is here with the news as usual. Hey, Kristin.
Hey. And we've got Josh coming back, bringing everything that look up in the night sky.
Hey. And finally, making a return to the view screen, hopefully, if his internet is working, Christian Carter will be with us to give us a rundown on all of your holiday season merchandise. So get the credit cards at the ready. We're going to fill those baskets.
Yes, indeed. So, shall we begin?
Let's begin. Let's head over to the newsroom and see what Kristin's got for us today. Hello.
Hello. How are we already done season 4?
Can you believe it?
This is insanity. And also, if this is redemption, I'm okay with that because I actually watched that episode this week.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I need something like good. And I was like, I need to see Worf get his family's honor back. So let's watch some redemption. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I started watching it on the plane and I could feel the lady next to me doing the whole, like, she was reading and also she put her book down and I could just feel like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. So I turned on the closed captions. I'm like, there you go.
Oh, that's so nice.
You wanted to watch?
Well, she wanted to like just look over and watch. If she'd never seen Star Trek before, I hope she got intrigued enough that maybe she was like, I saw this on the plane. I need to go check it out.
Maybe she was taken in by Mercer and Beto's ample bosoms.
Who wouldn't be? Hello.
Well, it's not. Maybe she was a fan and didn't even need the closed captions and was just watching along, because I know all three of us could do that.
Absolutely. I could like mouth along with it and I'd be like, oh. And I also it's really funny. I was in training this week. Like I said earlier, it was like it could have been an email, but whatever. And it's on negotiation training. So working with people to work towards a common goal, but each of us having our different perspectives that we need to come from, etc. And it was really interesting because they were talking about positive negotiations versus negative negotiations. And it was, it's dry. It's a bit of a dry topic. So I was like, you know what, we need to, zhuzh this up. So I threw up my hand and the teacher's like, yeah. And I was like, well, actually, there's this really interesting Star Trek episode called Chain of Commands, where you actually see this rolling out where this guy named Jellicoe. And so I gave the whole like premises of the show and kind of explained how you saw these two different leaders approaching their negotiation style. And there's like the one, it's like the worst, best common goal is what the acronym stands for. And that was very much like the whole concept about the Timberwolves and, well, one Timberwolf always ends up dead, et cetera, et cetera. And when he's like, oh, well, you just have to make sure that you're the one wolf left standing. Well, that's not a good negotiation. That's just not. Jellicoe did not have good negotiation skills. Picard did. Anyway, at the end of it, the teacher was like, yeah, actually, the content that you're learning was based off of the same organization that the writers, what's it called, consulted with.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so there was actually a really close connection. But again, it was, he just didn't necessarily do it justice in terms of how he presented it. Justice, see? Ooh, another Star Trek episode. Anyway, so yeah, it was cute, but just trying to bring some Trek in to liven things up a little bit.
Yes, and it sounded like it worked.
Well, we're very grateful that you've had time to put the news together this week if you've been working away all week. Thank you.
Well, my plane was delayed again, so I just sat in the airport and just threw this sucker together. Yeah.
All right.
Well, what have you got for us?
We have, of course, this was a very interesting week to try and find an episode birthday. So we have happy 30th birthday to Hait and Q, which is funny because in some places it's listed as November 23rd, and in other places it's listed as November 21st. So it was aired the week of November 21st. So I think depending on where you were in the world that week,
right,
would confirm the date that it aired. So anyway, happy 38th birthday to Hayden Q. And I love that the fact that this illusionary Klingon female played by Faith Minton, and she doesn't get credited on IMDb. So I want to give a shout out to Faith. She's 64 or 65 now, and she is a retired semi-pro female wrestler. So her casting was apt for sure. So her appearance is actually both the first Klingon besides Worf and the first female Klingon to appear in Next Generation.
Yes.
And so for her not to be credited was a choice. Yeah. So thank you, Faith, for having an amazing place in Trek history as the first female Klingon we saw in Next Generation.
Brilliant.
Yes. So just a shout out, since this is a Q episode, if you are, wanting to hear more Star Trek on Union Federation, where I co-host, we are doing our Q series. Do you guys remember the Q episodes that came out like fan favorites back then? So that's what we're doing. And we have covered Hyde and Q, and Retro Doc, who has also been guest hosting with us, says where the adult Wesley looks absolutely like nothing like Will Wheaton. And that's always a fun thing to look at.
It is, because the guy that they cast to be like kind of grown Wesley, I was like, hey, I remember being like a prepubescent girl watching this, and I was like, oh, did I just go through puberty?
Yeah, a few chromosomes clicked into place for me as well, watching that as a 7-year-old.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't know. I got that it was about ethics or whatever, but Geordi being like, oh, I don't want to not have to wear my visor anymore. I'm like, really? I don't know. I think I would have kept that. The growing up and all of that, sure, that was not necessary, but he fixed a birth defect, Geordi. Go with it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I like the overall theme and feel of this episode. And of course, it came out in the Dark Ages. So some of the effects weren't quite there, but they're camp, they're cute. We love it.
I love it. While we're on birthdays as well, can I just say a happy birthday to Tyler, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago. So it is Tyler's birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
Yay.
Wow.
Okay, next.
The meme of the week. I would like to thank Justin for bringing this to me. He was like, this is hilarious, because anyone who's ever heard Oko Ono sing or Yoko Ono sing knows it's not great. It's not great. So anybody making emoting from a Vulcan, you hit something. So,
that's hilarious.
Yes. I thought this was cute. And back to another birthday. And so Tyler shares his birthday with an excellent co-birthday holder. And that is Oded Fair's birthday is today. Ooh. Right? Like,
That's my admiral right there.
Yeah. So born November 23rd, 1970 in Tel Aviv, Israel. And before his acting career began, he was a sailor in the Israeli Navy from 1989 to 1992. And of course, his two biggest roles ever was The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. Again, talk about going, hitting that like, what is happening moment in a youth's life. Every person cast on the nanny. Well, that too. Every person cast on the Mummy. Rachel, Brendan, Oded, you're like, what is happening on my screen right now? And then he was in Resident Evil Apocalypse, Extinction, and Retribution. So he makes it a long way in Resident Evil, which is impressive. But happy 55th birthday to Oded. Oh, Dadmiral. Yes, Josh.
Yeah.
Indeed. So
Indeed.
let's go. November 23rd is a good day.
Yes.
And then jumping into some news items, we have, so I reported earlier in this season that Trek is going to be appearing in the January 1st, 2026 Rose Parade. And they're going to have an amazing float that is dedicated to Trek's celebration of diversity and inclusivity, which is so important right now. And they have announced who will be booked for the Rose Parade. So they have announced that George Takei, Sulu, of course, will be the lead cast appearance during the parade, joined by Rebecca Romijn, and then Itig Notaro, and the newcomer, Kareem Dayan. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm loving how much they're talking about Kareem's Klingon character for Academy. He seems to be getting a lot of attention. So he's the Klingon who's there to study, I believe, medicine. He's not there for any sort of battle or weapons study. He's there to study medicine, which, as we know, in the Klingon world is not very common. And he's also the Klingon in the really cute hoodie.
I really still have a strong feeling that they're going to make this Klingon character gay, and it's going to be a gay Klingon, and that's going to be like the evolution of we've never seen this before.
Oh,
I just have a really strong feeling that that's what because they said he's going to do something that they don't do usually with Klingons, and I thought it was the medical aspect, as you've just said, but I don't know. Something
we technically have seen a couple of Klingon doctors peppered throughout the history of Trek.
Enterprise,
So and Suspicions, the one who chucks Beverly across sick bay.
Oh yes.
So we've seen it. So it's not entirely new. So they're saying it's never been done before. Then Kelvin, I think you might be onto something. Which again, let's then celebrate his character even more.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, I was not loving the comments online, though. So if whoever was commenting on these posts is here, what is your issue? Because they were like, oh, a tacky float with subpar stars. And I was like,
hello?
Excuse you and your mother. What are you talking about subpar?
They don't sound like our viewership.
No, they're just negative Nancy's out there being poop heads. Excuse my French. I was like, you will not. You will not. Because they're all wanting just next gen. And I get it. That's what a lot of us grew up with. That's where we're most comfortable. But that doesn't mean they're the only ones who have impacted someone's life.
Right. And I am so excited to see Tig Notaro. Like, I've been listening to her podcast religiously and I'm just falling in love with her more and more.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see it because she has really taken care to only do things that she wants to do. So I know for her, and I'm sure everyone, especially George Takei and Rebecca Romijn, like, when they get out there, they're giving their all. And so that's going to make the float even that much better. So I'm very excited to see this.
Yeah. And Jez in the chat is saying Tig Notaro is not a subpar star.
Amen, Jez. Amen. And I am so excited to see Rebecca. I have loved Rebecca Romijn for years. Like, I think I really clicked as a fan of hers for the X-Men movies. But even before that, she was in a lot of stuff that I watched as a kid through the 90s. And Una is one of my... I love what they did with the exploration of her character throughout Strange New Worlds. We only got a little taste of her in the original series. So I love that they've really gone there with her. And again, as I've mentioned before, watching a strong, dark-haired, non-Disney princess-esque type woman rule the screen when I was a kid really gave me a lot of confidence. So I owe a lot to, of course, Bridgelle Barrett, but also Rebecca for really just taking that role and running with it. So no, I was not in the mood to fight with some internet trolls, but I did this at the screen went, no, God. Anyway. So
Man, I might have to take a trip and go visit this Rose Parade this year.
Do it.
Tempting.
I might actually wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning to watch the parade on TV.
There you go. That might be a little better.
Yeah. Hi, Rashid. Rashid says, hi, everyone. I'm a massive fan of Rebecca Romaine, too. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Rashid. She's brilliant. Yeah, she is indeed.
All right.
Next, we have a, this is going to be, I'm at a loss of words. So the original series episode, City on the Edge of Forever, is being rewritten and reimagined by IDW Comics this February 2026 as a in honor of Black History Month. So Uhura will enter the Guardian of Forever, and she will find herself thrust into the middle of the civil rights movement in 1963. And this is really interesting because Nichelle Nichols herself was part of the civil rights movement in her youth, and of course was famously convinced by Dr. Martin Luther King not to leave her role in Trek. So this is being written as a love letter and a tribute to Nichelle's memory. So I will be buying this so fast.
I wonder what how they're going to change the story. I wonder if they're going to do a complete change of the story and it's actually about the civil rights movement, in that maybe the role reversal, Uhura has to convince Martin Luther King to be
because she knows.
I mean, it's a bit early if that is the timeline, but they could get quite creative with that. I love it.
Yeah. Kind of like an Alexander Bell sort of situation, right? Where they know the importance of this person in the context of history. And so if they see something go awry, Amy,
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I saw this. I got goosebumps because I was like, what an amazing. And again, the comments on this one were much higher quality, because the first comment was, this makes me sad that Nichelle is not going to be here to read this. And it's true. Like, of course, we know we lost her a few years ago, but she would have been so honored to have seen the reimagining of this episode and seeing Uhura kind of really come into a place of power and authority. So everybody set your alarms for February 25th, 2026, when this, I'm sure, amazing piece of literature will be hitting the stands.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
Yes. Next, we have a big news. Big news. That Star Trek Prodigy has been honored with not one, but 2 Emmy nominations.
Amazing.
It's funny. Before this was announced, another piece that I was going to pull in, because the news was a little sparse, if you will. And it was sort of a writer talking about seeing the world of Trek abandon what was one of the best iterations of it, i.e. Prodigy, after only 2 seasons. And it was just him kind of lamenting about why in the world would they have made this decision. So anyway, that was very much reinforced a couple days later with the announcement that they have been nominated for 2 Emmys. So the writers have been nominated in the category of Outstanding Writing for a Children's or Young Teen Animated Series, specifically for the episode The Devourer of All Things Part 1.
I think that's the first of the Wesley episodes, isn't it? So it's oh my God, that entire season of Prodigy is sensational.
Yeah. And then Kate Mulgrew herself has been nominated for Outstanding Multiple Role Voice Performer in a Children's or Young Teen Program for her role as Admiral Janeway and Hologram Janeway. So they're up against, a few things here. So, Daffy and Wacky Lands, Tiny Toons Looniversity, which I might actually watch that because I do love me some Tiny Toons. But I'm looking at these and I don't know. I think Prodigy has a really good chance at taking home some awards. Yes, Jez. #Justice for Prodigy indeed.
I always find it interesting when cancelled shows get nominated for and end up winning awards, because it really demonstrates what the critics, what the public thought of it. And it just makes me think, which execs are seeing this now thinking, oh, did we make a mistake here? So...
Yeah, well, it's gonna be like you got some splaining to do.
Yeah, and one of the things like that I appreciate Alex Kurtzman and Rashid is saying the same thing. Like, I love Prodigy. He says it's the first Star Trek my son has watched with me. He absolutely loved it too. Season 2 was fantastic. Like, the opportunity of having different shows to be shared with different family members is so awesome.
Yeah. And that's why I loved, last week seeing the really young person focused cartoon.
Scout.
We now have the ability to get the kids young, right? Like, get them in preschool, and then we go into some Prodigy and we see some cute, fun little characters here, and then we slowly ease them in to like Wesley Crusher-esque next gen to be like, here's a cool kid, and then some Jake and Nog. And then before you know it,
Starfleet Academy.
Yep. Yes.
Like, we don't even, we're still like working on new Trek. We don't even have to go classic because there's still so much new Trek to be.
There is. Yeah. So I love that they're not just looking for adults. They're realizing the importance of getting the younger generations. And I love that, because let's get kids talking about issues in Trek, about justice, about equality, about diversity, young. Let's start instilling some of those positive messages at a young age so that they grow up looking at situations not black and white, but very shades of gray. I'm using so many Trek episode titles this morning. I'm actually quite proud of myself. Considering...
It's just endeared you to do this today. Is someone marking these off on a little tally sheet?
No, what inspired me
our bingo sheet.
We watched your reel, Kelvin, where you were guessing the episodes.
I said to Amy last night, what you didn't see was a lot of trimmed footage, because James is selecting the episode off camera. So then I say, did I get it right? He'd be like, I can't remember which episode I chose. So it's literally say so on the screen if you just press. So I could have just shared that reel unedited, and it would have been even funnier.
Yeah.
Unedited is always funnier.
Yes.
Oh, so anyway, it was a fun little week of some cute Trek news to wrap up season 4. And see, give us some things to look forward to. So, before the Viewscreen returns, I think we'll experience the Emmys, see how those turn out. We will see the Rose Parade. We'll see a Starfleet Academy air. So a lot is going to come out between now and then. So I'm excited to see how a lot of these stories sort of wrap up and how the circles are closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring in Josh and Christian and see what they are excited about with the news.
So Christian's in the bar and Josh is doing a bingo sheet, having shots for every episode. So I bet you two guys are smashed already.
Bingo!
No, I'm excited about the comic. I think that's going to be really, really awesome. I can't wait to actually pick that up.
Yeah, just a few months away now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is nice too, so much about Trek has been sort of kept alive over the years due to, of course, the fans being engaged, and I'm happy that there's still new content being created and that it hasn't been forgotten, and that actually it's also receiving critical acclaim. And I think sometimes, basically, I want to go back to the seasons where we have, 7 seasons and 20 episodes a season, 45 minutes an episode. So maybe one day we'll get back to those kind of Trek. Maybe Starfleet Academy will be like that. It'll be 8 seasons and it'll be like, 500 hours of content for us to watch.
I was listening to an interview with Mike Sussman, who's trying to get the Captain Archer series going. And he was like, we'll never go back to 26 episodes, but maybe 15. 15 seems doable.
Just as long as it's not 10. I think 10 is too few.
Yeah.
And less than 10 is just a slap in the face.
It is. It's just rude.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, and Natalie's visiting us actually from Chicago, so he's like in the next room, and yeah, he says hi. But we were saying like, bring back the days of cardboard sets with LED lights in it. Like, lower the production value so I can get more episodes. I don't need like these crazy, overly produced stuff. I want a story.
Yeah.
And I want popsicle ships blowing up.
Yeah. No, absolutely agree.
Yeah, Rashid agrees with you too, says, totally agree with Josh. Just 10 episodes is too little.
Yeah.
And how is that? Sorry. Also, I know y'all already said it, but I have to just give more echo to what you said about like Prodigy. And I think Rashid mentioned it too, like watching it with his kid, like the fact that now, as we, not me, having a child would ruin my life, but that Trekkies who are now having have kids and stuff have a show that can get their children excited about it, that's age appropriate, and can get them hooked on the franchise.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing with my niece and nephew, because they're not good on like scary stuff. So things like Nightmare Before Christmas and all that is probably never going to happen with me and my niece and nephew. I've accepted that.
Oh,
but
I mean, you've not shown them Wrath of Khan yet?
I mean, my niece is already 8, so really she should have seen it by now. But no, they're just not good with spooky, dark stuff. They're very, very empathetic kids. But I'm gonna start like, let's check out this little Star Trek series.
Haunting of Deck 12.
And then we'll get into Prodigy eventually when we find it in Canada. Jeepers. So anyway, yeah, there's some like release whatever. So we don't really have a Prodigy up here, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not mad. I'll just buy the DVDs. But no, I love that it's not going to be like scary or dark content for kids, right? Let's just keep it light, keep it innocent. Because life will bring that in eventually.
Well, thank you so much, as always, Kristin, for the news this week, for the final time this season. And Kristin, Josh, Kristin, we will see you a little bit later in the show. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, let's head straight into our first session today. Let's bring in Christian Carter, who's moonlighting with us this week. He's being paid to be a barman this week, and he's also on the view screen in the staff room at work.
I am.
I hope the boss isn't watching.
I know. I keep hearing noises downstairs of like the ice. People are scooping ice, and I hear people talking. I'm like, oh my God, is everything okay downstairs? And I've been trying to message. No one's messaging me back, so it's probably because the brunch that we have at the bar is $20 all you can drink. Mimosas, Aperol spritzes, beer, and Bloody Marys. So people like to have a good time on Sundays here. It is wild.
Josh wants a Raptagino, so
just give me like 10 minutes. I'll make you
brilliant.
We are just so glad you are here with us. Doing double duty is difficult.
It's fun. I'm excited.
Thank you.
I love a frenzy in my life.
So I love seeing y'all. You're covering someone's shift who had to take it off work at short notice. So
yes, they broke their wrists doing fun skateboarding moves yesterday. So he is having probably a good time laid up, probably on some pain meds or something. Who knows him? He's having a blast.
Cocktails.
But it's good to see y'all's face. I missed it.
Yes. We are headlining straight into the holiday season now with Christmas just around the corner. So we do like to get a little bit of a rundown of what we should be spending our money on this Christmas. So we're excited to see what you've got for us. So shall we jump straight in?
Well, so this whole one that we're doing right now is kind of a homage love to my sweet mama, because every year for Christmas she loaded me up with Star Trek gifts. And these are actually just kind of an extension of the things that she's got me over the years, just different versions of those. And we start right off, because it's always in my stocking, was Christmas ornaments, but also
Oh.
Star Trek. And if she couldn't find them, she would make some little thing and we would put it on the tree. But this year's Hallmark Christmas ornaments I'm loving, because this Guinan one is unreal. I think it's so awesome with her hands, the way that they are. And the first thing I saw, I was like, it's got to be on the tree. It's got to be.
Yeah.
But then going back to earlier with talking about Kristin and Prodigy and those award nominations, but we have the Prodigy Janeway ornament, which I think looks awesome.
Yeah, I love this because Hallmark's Christmas ornaments, they do a mixture of characters and ships, and I always get the ships that come out, and I've said to myself, don't do the characters because you don't have a tree big enough for all of them. So I've just gone for the Titan this year, which is the ship. But I do agree that I love that hologram Janeway's representing Prodigy. I would.
It looks so good.
Could have got a proto star. That would have been better.
That'd be great.
I got that.
But like, I'm sorry to interrupt, but like with Guinan's, just what she's wearing and the sleekness also of Janeway, they did such a good job on these. It's so good. But have you got your ship in yet?
Yes, so I got the convention exclusive. Christos was kind enough to get it from San Diego Comic Con and hand it over in Vegas earlier this year. But then the regular release, which is exactly the same ship, but rather than it saying Enterprise G, it just says the Titan. So they just changed the registry. That was out along with these two a couple of weeks ago, so that's arrived. Oh, it's up. The tree is up. It's there in the living room now.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yes, we need pics at some point for sure. All right, let me see.
All right, next.
Okay, so this is a little 1-2 combo. So let's go back. So the first one, we'll go to the first one as well. So we all know that the Enterprise Lego set is coming out here real quick, and it's awesome. It looks good. I want it, but it is a little pricey. So we know that. Well, I went to Michael's, but this is a model kit. And it is a huge, substantial model kit. It is really, and that's in the box. So together it's pretty big. And I've seen it online as well, but it's at Michael's and it's a model kit and it's only $44, about $45. I went and checked it out. They had like 3 or 4 at the one right by my house.
Oh.
And I'm going to end up getting it. It's just a lot of pieces that's with it, but it has all these like stickers that are these really awesome glow in the dark stickers that are around it. But I saw a gentleman online, so I looked it up, actually put lights inside of his model.
Wow.
Oh, smart.
Yes. And because because it has those hollow areas inside of it. So I was like, oh,
Nice.
But for that price,
so it's coming, $45. That's crazy. I love how it says 1 to 400 scale. And it's like as though you're supposed to know how big the Enterprise really is, so you can kind of get mathematically calculate.
1,400. 1,400.
Sorry, it's quite small.
Because the actual is,
it's gigantic. You can just have it in your room at any time. But it's just,
that's funny.
It's
but
as
if you're
big
gonna
as
build,
Hawaii.
Love it. You're building a Lego, so you might as well build a look at this model as well if you decide to get it. But it doesn't hurt your pocket as well. But another spin on things is every year I would get some sort of fun little either a model kit or a small Lego set for Christmas. It would usually be a model kit like Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine or something like that, but the Star Trek one was awesome and I was able to find it, so that was a joy. But going over to that, I found this was just random. I threw in there later. This next picture with this advent calendar. Now these are just ornaments. They're flat. They're not like they look like pop figures, but they're not. They are adorable. because they have all these fun little designs and different ones that kind of represent different areas and different eras of Trek. So I thought it was cute. I thought I'd throw in there, but for $30, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
I love an advent calendar. I do. So, and that's another thing, like I said, spend on things. Like we had an advent calendar every year, usually crappy chocolate. It wasn't even real chocolate. It was like, was it oil and some flavor in it? But it was good.
Yeah, last year my
Yeah.
advent calendar was with Star Trek wines, so that was
Yes.
really enjoyable.
And I still have that was supposed to have been a gift, but I couldn't send it. They wouldn't let me ship it to.
Oh, yep, nope.
I didn't know that.
State
So I
lines
still
for some
have the whole
states.
box.
No
at the
Canada,
house.
no UK.
Oh, darn, I guess I need to come visit you. We could finish that off.
You should.
I know.
I love it. Okay, y'all. I'll be running my mouth all day. I'm sorry.
Next.
Yeah. Okay, so this is something I'm just going to throw it out there. So this certification, I threw it in there because I've got a version of this already that my mama got me with my name on it a long time ago, and it still makes me laugh because I have it on the wall. It's just a little bitty plaque, but it makes me laugh because it came with a little card that's in my wallet that says just Starfleet Academy and just has the command signet on it. It's just awesome. But it makes me laugh because my mom's like, I remember she was like, now you graduated from Starfleet Academy. I'm like, you know what I did? Didn't I? As a kid, I was like, yeah, I did. That's right. And I keep having that. And it's on the wall. So it was that when I saw that made me kind of giggle, and I threw it out there because it's cute and it's fun. And I think it's a fun little gift for someone who really loves Trek. You got your name on it. I love personalized things in life, but that's something great. And it kind of goes into the second thing with Starfleet Academy is that I just threw it up there since the show's coming out soon, right? I think everybody's going to be grabbing their Starfleet Academy something or other. But my sweet mama got me so many Starfleet Academy. It says it on it, pictures and everything. 20 years ago.
Yes.
I got jogging pants and sweatshirts and jackets and all this stuff on it. And I'm like, if you don't got it, jump on it now. Get it.
Yeah.
Because I love them. I've always loved just that. It just says it on it. I thought it was always great. And now since we're going to be kind of immersed in all that, I'm like, pick it up.
Yeah, I got a Starfleet Academy like Letterman's jacket type of style with the zipper and coat. And
That's
now it's like, we're getting a show called Starfleet Academy. How awesome is that?
It's great. I'm like, pick up your cup, pick up your jacket, pick up all of it. But I look back though, some of those jogging pants and sweatshirts that's when I was like 150 pounds. And they're tiny. I can't wear them no more. So definitely I have to upgrade on some of these for sure.
I'm glad you clarified jogging pants. I thought you said jock and pants. Your mum's buying you a jock.
I guarantee you right now, someone's looking it up, number one. And number two, it's made.
Yeah. I think they are. I'm pretty sure I've seen a picture. I did.
I think we all have.
I've not added to basket.
What we got next, y'all? I got so many fun things. Okay. So this is another thing, and just like I said, the whole theme. Every year, I would get, like I said, clothes, some sort of like a shirt, Star Trek shirt every year as well. Some sort of, like I said, Starfleet Academy, nonstop. And so this is just kind of the theme with it. But one of the things I would always wanted was a Star Trek belt. And I saw this and I kind of giggled a little bit because it looks like the buckle for a car, like an old car from the 80s to me. For like a car. And it made me kind of laugh. And I'm like, I want it bad. And it made me laugh because it's something that I know that I would have gotten 100% if Mama was still around. She would have snatched it up and she'd probably have one too.
You know, it reminds me of the watch band.
Yeah.
That would be a nice coordinating if you have the blue TNG watch band.
Yeah, for sure. but they have them in all the colors, so it was really nice when I saw that. I thought, what a fun little cute thing. And then right beside it is some slippers. I've got 2 pair of Star Trek slippers. I love them. I mean, I think we all, it's kind of a novelty, fun Christmas present. When somebody loves Star Trek, you open it up, you're like, I didn't know I needed it, but I need it.
They look really
But these little buggers have sound to them. And
so
it's
they are tribbles.
So the thing is, though, is that this is the truth. My sister actually sent this to me before I was sending it to y'all, because she's like, I found these, Bubba. I think that you need them for Christmas. So I was like, she knows me. She knows what mom used to get me stuff. And I'm like, this is the whole theme. It's all the fun stuff. Great gifts that I loved. I hope everybody else would love too. It's a joy when you open up a present alone, but like a good Christmas present with Star Trek. It was kind of a theme every year. We always get something.
Nice.
And going with the theme again is like every year for Christmas, I would get a new watch, but it'd all be a novelty watch. It would be Star Wars, Star Trek. It would be Batman, Superman, X-Men, something like on the lines. But the main thing always was Star Trek. I have 5 Star Trek watches.
Wow.
And they date back to like the mid 90s up till now. And this one I really loved, because I did love that they had the little Enterprise going around in a circle. And I think it's really great. And it has just the back. I just loved it. I just thought it was great. And I was like, that's something that I would have probably gotten.
Oh, yeah, that's cool that the Enterprise goes around. That's way cool.
And just for the price as well, this watch, it's saying the $42.50. That's really affordable for a watch, as just a nice little gift for someone.
And I love it so much. And I have so many watches that I wear like that. They don't actually tell time anymore. It's just they just look great.
Where is that screenshot taken from, Kristin? I can't read.
Oh, that was this one's sorry. This one was. This one is from the Philosopher's Guild.
Lovely. Okay, just in case anyone wants to go and buy one of those. And I noticed a lot of other things are just generically through Amazon, so we shouldn't really have too much problems finding those.
Yes, the generic ones, no, but this Philosopher's Guild, though, it's a good looking watch, especially on the website, and it has a really great like I said, background. The background kind of reminds me a little bit of the background of my tattoos, kind of that purpley blue color, which I really love from outer space stuff. It's cool. All right, y'all. What we got next? Okay, so these are just real quick.
What are they?
Bottle cap pins.
Bottle tops. Pins.
Yes, they're bottle top. They're pins, and I have a bunch of pins. We would get them like in our stockings every year too, with our chapstick and our little like gum and a little tiny like a building Legos, like little be sets. You kind of build the Lego or the model. It would always be something smaller in your stocking, and we would always get pins. She would like it'd be Smurf or it'd be like little smiley face or something. But we'd always get pins every year, and it's still a theme with our stockings. So I saw these and kind of made me smile. I'm like, I didn't know they had these because they're unique. It looks like a bottle cap.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they have all these, and they're really, really cute, and like $6. And I picked up a few myself, so they'll be on my bag.
Yes.
Yeah. And what's that website? BL. I've never heard.
Box Lunch.
Right.
And they have Box Lunch has some really unique Star Trek stuff. I think I had some of the stuff on the last time I was on. I think I had a couple of items that were from them as well. And they just have really cute, fun, unique things, which is nice, like licensed things that are kind of, out of the box compared to everything else, which is cute. It's not the same old norm.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, y'all.
Next.
Okay, and these are just wonderful showpieces. Now, the first one I'm going to get for that price because it says apparently it was $135. But I do love these resin type of light up sculptures that people make nowadays. People make these all the time, all over. It's like I think it's been trending for a while, but it's really cute and a lot of fun, and it's a unique um, piece. The thing is, though, is they don't do just Star Trek. They do all kinds of kind of sci-fi, pop, just any sort of that kind of like fandom genre. They do all that kind of
Nice.
type of art. But the Star Trek ones are amazing because because they're all unique. There's different ones on this site. So there's different ones. Just go and look, and they have tons of different styles, different I don't know where I put that. And different but different ships.
Do they have different ships? Yeah.
Different ships. And it's just a really fun thing to have. And I'm definitely going to pick one of those up because I really did like it. My sister said don't buy it. She would for Christmas because they drive me crazy. Because they're like, stop buying stuff for yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't help it.
I
go nuts. I think y'all know too. If I see something, I like it.
Yeah.
But I have to get it. So, but the next one we're going over is, like I said, another theme is a snow. Well, it's not really a snow globe. It's kind of like a snow globe. But every year for Christmas, we would get a snow globe. And mine would always be something silly. But this is a Star Trek snow globe, right? So, but this is right here. It will be again. But I have 5 Star Trek snow globes.
Oh.
Yes, and I got them from my mom throughout the years. Some of them are really small, some of them are kind of good size, but still, I never have seen this one, so I was like, I have to add it because some people like that little. I like, I like it.
Yeah, I've got 7 snow globes. Star Trek ones. Yeah,
love it.
So I'm like, that would go nice because I have like a really small one, and then like I have some Deep Space Nine ones, and
oh, you do?
Yeah, with the
oh my
space
God, I
station.
Love it. Oh, okay, I'm gonna look that up. You just got me going. Like I need to spend more money. Thanks, Amy. I love you, honey. I love you. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it, though. It's all like just like a thing. I don't think there's any else. I think that's it, right?
Yep, that's it. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, but it was just a whole. It just got me thinking about like holidays and what I got over the past, even when I was 18 till now, and that's a long time, y'all. And the Star Trek stuff that I would be getting nonstop, and it kind of put me in the thought of Mama and. It was every year she got me stuff. You should just see the stuff. It's pretty hilarious. From stuff for your desk. I never had a desk. Like desk organizer stuff. I've got personalized stationery, personalized Post-it notes, still like 20 years old. Just random stuff. Star Trek, all Star Trek.
Yeah.
And tins, just what you can just pause it. But it's just random, and so I went down that rabbit hole with that. So I hope y'all enjoy those. If anybody gets an inkling for picking up something, please do.
Great ideas. Have you got time, Christian, to hang around for bringing in Kristin?
Let's just let it burn downstairs, guys. Let's let it go. I figured they'd message me.
Good morning, Australia, as well. David's just joined us and confirming that
I'm sorry to interrupt again, but you guys look so great. You guys look wonderful. I missed y'all so much. Okay, I'm sorry. I got that out of the way.
I actually have a certain someone off screen. He doesn't feel camera ready.
I love him.
I'm here just to see you, Christian. So Justin does say hello, and he loves you and misses you so much.
I miss y'all.
I love you.
Oh.
Voices from Canada. They're coming in.
So, Josh, is there anything on there that you saw you might be interested in getting you or your partner?
Sticking in cams?
No, like very compelled by. So me and Cam are currently having a fight because he's decided we now do a tree. Usually we hang ornaments on like the house plants, and he is doing like my worst nightmare, which is like if you open up a magazine and you see like a tree and it's like sterile and like has bows, like that's the tree he's putting together for this garden tour we're a part of. And I want like, Trek ornaments and homemade ornaments and all that.
Yes.
So maybe there's an ornament in my future. Also, I love a resin lamp. I've gotten him some of those before. Often they come with like, you can change the colors as well. So like I got him one that's like a Gengar inside that has like the
that's
smoke
awesome.
in there. And I love how it looks like you can picture it flying through this asteroid belt, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
like that one, I love it. We always need a lamp,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Starfleet Academy hoodie. Got to get one of those.
Got to get one. No, yeah, you might as well. They're going to be around for a while now. I mean, they always have been, but we'll have
But
an
like, do you
influx
get
of
the
those.
official like from the store, or do you go like on Amazon and get? Because there's all kinds of cute designs on there.
There are the ones that I got randomly over the years from Mama have been. They actually have like a little. It says Star Trek on the back. Like so, it would be either not even like a little printed tag, but it would be some sort of, I don't know. It wouldn't be official. I don't know what it would be back then, because I even have a TOS uniform shirt. I can't even wear now. It's so small, but I got that when I was 18, and that's a long time ago. And it says Star Trek on the little like polyester label, but it could be just some defunct company from way back in the day that's no longer around that used to sell merchandise. But they do have some great stuff.
What about you, Kristin? Anything going on the shopping list?
I actually really loved that model.
Yeah.
And because I am not going to spend what would probably be about $500 to $600 Canadian once the exchange rate comes in for Canada. Bless our souls. I'm not spending that on the Lego. I'm just not. But that that model is a cute little alternative, right?
It is
something that Justin and I can even do together. We can get some wine and put on some Trek movies, and then just put together the Enterprise D.
I know, because I've been thinking about this. That $500 you're talking about, go to a flight to see some of y'all.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
If nobody bought Lego, we could all go on another cruise.
Actually, we're going to be buying the Enterprise D Lego.
No,
it comes with like a little shuttle pod. You have to
you gotta do it. Because what is it? It goes on sale November 28th, and you have like 2 days to buy it.
Yeah.
For the bonus.
And I would row
Aaron. Yeah.
I would row bad.
You gotta get row. I also want to give a quick shout out to Her Universe if people are out there doing Trek themed shopping this year. So I have bought from Her Universe before, but the thing that I love about them is they have series of shirts of the Trek logo or the ships flying with like the beams for every pride flag. Whether you are looking for your classic pride, your pan, non-binary, asexual, lesbian, or trans, they have the color scheme of those flags. So
I'm looking it up right now.
Wanting to celebrate pride and where you identify, there will be a Trek themed shirt for you at Her Universe.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
I just pulled it up and I found a shirt that I want.
There we go. So yeah, that one, and then there was one other thing that I saw. Yeah, I love the ornaments. But I have a very like specific sort of druidic looking Christmas tree where I do everything I try to make it look like it was from an old Yule tree of an old swamp witch. So unfortunately, Trek
Whoopi Goldberg did not look good on that.
I am Newt and Pat.
She was like an ancient, right? She just lived a really long time. But some of the ones may not fit, but they're so cute. They're just so cute. But yeah.
Well, I'm going to throw this out there, even though I do love them, but it looks they're kind of cheapy, but it's okay because it's novelty and it's cute. But you can go to Redbubble and get you some. I think I done it on maybe the first one, but you can get all these wonderful blankets with like 100 different designs of Star Trek on it, and they're really cute. I got one with Masters of the Universe on it, and it looks like it's just been kind of almost 3D printed, sprayed. There's some clumpy parts to it, but I'm like, Hey,
Kind
I
of like
feel
those
nice
towels
wrapped
we
up.
got on the cruise a couple years ago.
Yes.
Or those sweaters that just feel kind of like styrofoam, and you're like, no one light a match. I will go straight up in flames here.
Wow.
I just it's the but if you want to but here's just a little throwback. If some of y'all who can't get the Lego set right now, and I hate saying this, it's so terrible, but if you wait like 6 months, it might be on AliExpress for like $100. The reason I say it is that my brother wants the Goonies set for Christmas.
Oh,
And it's like $350 or something like that. I'm like, oh God, Bubba.
Is that Goonies Lego?
Yes, it's the ship,
Oh.
and it's got all the
stop
scenes
it.
on one side, and the other scene has all the scenes from the movie on it.
Oh, I'll just get a little sloth. That's all I need.
I want the little road.
Ah, that's my sloth impression.
Brilliant. Well, Christian, thank you so much for taking
Oh my
time
God.
away from work to come on. We love
I
you.
love y'all.
We
Love
missed
you so much.
you. Thank
I
you
love
for
y'all.
making us spend all of our money on Star
Yes.
Trek.
Yes. Yes, I love you guys.
hopefully-
You guys are beautiful, wonderful people, and I miss y'all so
Hopefully,
much.
if you can stick around, great. But if you do need to do some actual work, then we forgive you.
I'm gonna
We'll
pop
see you
down,
soon.
but I'm gonna pop back up, back and forth, so I can listen,
All
just to make
right.
sure.
Right.
At least make a decision.
Thank
But
you
thank y'all.
so much.
And Kristin,
you.
Thank you guys.
Josh, we'll
Thank
see you
you.
in a little moment.
Thanks.
Okay, so before we carry on with Josh, I think it's time for us to take a little break. So we'll be
Yes.
back soon.
Calling all audiophiles and Trekkies. Prepare to boldly go where no podcast listener has gone before with the diverse soundscapes of BQN. We're not just a network, we're a universe of exploration, entertainment, and deep dives into the topics you love. Here's your star map to the sonic adventures awaiting you. Charting the Star Trek cosmos, we have all good things. Embark on a comprehensive journey through the entire Star Trek universe with insightful crew of Amy, Christos, Kelvin, and Kristin. From classic to current, they cover it all. Galaxy Class, Engage. Stephen and Stefan pilots this deep space mission, meticulously covering all aspects of Star Trek The Next Generation. Infinite Diversity. Stay current with the newest Star Trek frontiers alongside Chrissy and Thad. Union Federation. Whether your allegiances lies with Starfleet or the Planetary Union, Kyle, Kevin, Amy, and Haley offer a unified front discussing both current Star Trek and the truly Trek at heart, the Orville. Crack open that book with Peter and the Trek Book Club podcast. Delve into the rich tapestry of Star Trek's beta canon. What's the T-Bab? Christos spills the latest Trek news and fandom insights with an essential LGBTQIA+ perspective, complete with engaging guest interviews. Our visual voyages that you can find on YouTube as well as a podcast are Trexperts Quiz. Think you're a Starfleet Academy graduate? Test your knowledge with Davey and MC's challenging Star Trek quiz show. And the Viewscreen. Tune in live on Sundays for your dose of Trek-inspired talk show. Kelvin and Amy host new 8-week seasons each spring and fall. Beyond the final frontier, we have Bargain Bin Gamer. Davey and Mitch, your self-proclaimed gamer guides, lead you to digital treasures, unearthing and reviewing the most affordable video game gems. Cinema Z. Grab your metaphorical popcorn for Mark and Matt's cinematic deep dives, unearthing overlooked films that demand your attention. History with the Szilagyi. In order to never repeat it, tune in as Chrissy and Jason deliver bite-sized snippets of historical events from around the globe. And transformational journeys. Lex Rosa explores what it means to embrace authenticity in the face of societal expectations. To unlock deeper levels of engagement, try our patron perks. The Hive Mind is where you can join our random script readings, live reaction shows, and roundtable discussions. And check out our back catalog of It's Green, a verdant cornucopia of topics offering diverse and engaging conversations, and Amy's Math Moments. Discover the subtle and not so subtle mathematical wonders woven into the fabric of Star Trek. You can stay connected to our ever-expanding galaxy of content by following at BQN Podcasts on Instagram, Bluesky, YouTube, and Discord. We appreciate you choosing BQN to fill your auditory needs. Thank you for listening. Assimilate the audio.
Welcome back to the view screen.
Yeah. So we are very excited. Josh, is this his third or fourth? We just keep bringing Josh back.
He's a regular.
He is. So let's bring him on. Hello, Josh.
Hi.
Night Sky, what's been going on since you have been on last?
There's like in my life or in the night sky, I have updates on
Both.
the latter.
Both. I need life first.
Yeah, life has been good. I know obviously we were supposed to be together in Barcelona, but we had to back out of that trip. My husband Cam, who's also a super Trekkie, was laid off. But good news, he just got a new job and he starts in December.
Oh,
So, yeah, we're excited for that.
And
And
you have a new home.
I have a new home. This is my new office behind me. I got a new telescope from someone, and I busted out. This is the microscope that my dad used when he was a grade school kid.
Oh,
So yeah. Anyway, it's cute, and that's where I went to grad school with my degrees. So anyway, and then plants.
you need that Starfleet Academy and diploma on the wall as well.
Exactly, right there. There's space for it, right there.
There is. Yes, and you have such a very beautiful home in just a beautiful spot.
Oh my God, that's something else. Like since I was on, you visited us. I forgot. Oh my God, like it's been such a crazy year in terms of like people visiting us here, and we had so much fun. We went like seashell hunting, and we had some good food and some drinks, and
all the good stuff.
Yes. But Amy, since you were here, we had roof leaks that we had to repair. But thankfully, we're all set on that now. But,
good.
Yeah, just keep digging that hole and throwing money into it.
Exactly. That's welcome to owning a home.
Home ownership.
Yes. So what's been going on in the night sky?
Oh my God, so much. So yeah, like there's in the world of astronomy, like there's always like this, like of course there are people that are constantly doing science. So there's way more than we could talk about in just like, the little bit of time we have together. But so I tried to go through and pick kind of like the top things that made it through, like, if you were someone who was just a general kind of hobbyist and like paying attention to like the news, like what kind of astronomical events might you be aware of? And I went a little bit deeper in terms of some things. So, I try to also pick things that you might have seen like in the news or in your social media feeds, like, oh my God, like, and maybe people would have questions about, what's causing that, or what's going on. So I thought I would bring some of it together because there's some interesting, if you look at the clickbait articles and you see what like the 50 character titles are for some of these articles, you might very well think that, like astronomers think that, there's an alien spacecraft, coming through our solar system. And, I'm trying to just dispel some of those things today.
Well, the Vulcans are not due for a number of years yet, so it must
We still got some time. We still got some time. But it's fun science fiction thinking, but it's not necessarily based on fact.
Right.
So yeah, we can pull up the slides and I can go through some of the updates. I didn't really work it in other than the beginning. I was in Maine this summer. We went to a campground up there and they had gorgeous skies. And so this is the Milky Way from there. It's it's hard to not just be in awe when you're beneath the sky and you get to see your place in the cosmos. And then this Halloween, I was Lieutenant Junior Grade Josh Judkins. So that's me at a friend's house party this Halloween in Salem. We did Salem bingo. So you walk around Salem, Mass, and you have a bingo card of all the different crazy Halloween costumes you might see. Trekkies wasn't one of them, but maybe I filled out someone else's bingo card when I was there.
Nice. That's a cool game.
Yeah, it's really fun. You have to come visit us sometimes, Kelvin or Amy, for Halloween. It's a totally different experience. Next, please. So I'll start off with stuff more local, our solar system, and some things that have been happening there. Then I'll go a bit further afield to further distance-wise to the galactic neighborhood, our local spur of the Milky Way galaxy. And then I'll end on some exciting telescope missions. These represent really significant investment by our taxpayer money. So it behooves you to take full advantage of the data that they are generating to show your support for them, especially in this era when this is less relevant for you, Kelvin, but Amy and anyone else in the US, these projects only exist because they get congressional allocation, right? So, and there are some of them. I didn't talk about the next generation space telescope called the Nancy Grace Roman telescope, which is already fully completed. It just needs to be launched, and the current administration has slated that to be cut. So if it's cut, then the millions that have already been invested are just wasted in that telescope.
Wow.
It just sits there. So it's now more critical than ever that we show our support to our local elected leaders, that we really want science funded, both at the NIH, CDC, all the different levels. But of course, near and dear is, space science.
Yes.
And I'll conclude then with some interstellar visitors, which is really fascinating. So literally objects from outside of our solar system, born in a different solar nebula, visited us this year. So actually still here. Go ahead, next slide. So first, the solar activity. So you might be wondering, gosh, Kelvin, Amy, have you seen posts on, aside from myself, in the news or in your social media streams about aurora, like the Northern Lights happening?
Yes.
Oh,
Kelvin,
yes.
we've had them
everywhere,
visible from the UK twice in the last 2 weeks, which is just. It's really uncommon. All of the weather presenters on the Breakfast News are all very excited about it.
Yeah. And so we had a storm a couple of weeks ago that actually was visible all the way down in Mexico, which to get a storm that's visible that far south, it has to be quite energetic. And also other things kind of have to align in terms of the magnetic field orientation of the Earth. But I wanted to cover, what is it? Why are we seeing so many aurora right now? And so here, what I'm showing you in the top left, the top right, the bottom left, and kind of left of center in the bottom are different wavelength views of our sun. The sun is the most important object in our solar system, and all life on Earth, of course, is alive because of the sun and could be destroyed because of the sun. All of our modern technology, of course, is very delicate, and so much of our stuff is in space. And so we really need to know when any weather is coming from the sun so that we can put our systems in protective mode so that we don't lose communications or our electrical grid isn't taken out, for example. And so what you're seeing here, I just want to highlight, is how do we even know this? These are each from different space satellites that are observing the sun. And so in the upper left, you're looking at, these are called coronal holes. See that dark spot? That's where you're can get material coming out of the sun. In the right-hand side, this is one way to look at the solar corona, and the bottom left as well. So that white circle, that's actually the sun. And what you're seeing is the material blasting off of the sun on the perimeter in that corona. And then you have this greenish colored picture. This is looking at solar flares. And so when you get flares directed towards Earth, those are highly energetic particles that are coming directly at us. And then on the right-hand side, that's an intensity gram, that yellow circle. And you see those green labels, those are sunspot regions. And so the sun, is rotating. And so from Earth, you can see those sunspots come into view. And this summer, I did an outreach event, and that's this picture of a sunspot that I took a picture of this summer with one of my cameras and a local telescope. And you can see all kinds of detail here. That's not noise. That's actually the surface of the sun of boiling plasma. These are cells, granules. And you can't see it, but in the upper left-hand corner, there's a very small picture of Texas that I shrunk down to put to scale how big each of these little cells are in that sort of noise background. And then you have, you know, this eye, which is the sunspot, which of course is vastly bigger than the Earth. Just to put in perspective, you know, how big some of these things are. And so if you go to the, and so one more thing is we're seeing so many auroras because we're at solar maximum right now. So if you plot the number of sunspots over time, you will get a curve, which is exactly what you see here. So the purpley shaded region is like the future, and we are currently like right there at kind of coming off of the peak. And so if you plot the number of sunspots like per year over time, you'll get this curve. So we're at the peak, meaning we have a lot of sunspot activity, meaning there's a lot of flares, a lot of prominences, that sort of thing. And then we'll go down to a minimum. And so we'll have correspondingly fewer sunspots, fewer flares, fewer coronal mass ejections. So like the sun gets kind of quieter. And this is aligned with the magnetic field of the sun. So it goes through an 11-year cycle where it gets all kind of tangled up and contorted. And then the solar, the magnetic poles flip on the sun, and then it goes through the cycle again. And that,
so the difference between the bottom and the top of the curve is 11 years, is it?
yes.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Good. So anyway, that's what the sun does. And then go to the next line. So I like the drag name, coronal mass ejections. Love that.
Please welcome to the stage.
And so an idea here to show you like just how enormous these things are. So you can see on the top left, this was a video, but you can just Google it. You'll find all kinds of videos of these showing. But basically these kind of filaments come up off the surface of the sun, and they can get blown off into space. And when they do, they travel. And if they're directed towards the Earth, they then can, you see the Earth here at the center of those blue lines. Those blue lines represent our protective magnetic field, which keep us alive and safe. And so those particles from the sun then can go into the top, where the opening is at the top and the bottom of our magnetic field, and then that's where our poles are. So you have the northern lights, or the aurora borealis, or you have the southern lights, which are the aurora australis. And so then you can get those there, and depending on how strong they are, then they can reach down to the equator regions even. Okay? And so if you want to follow these, you can download an app, and if you aren't, you know, in the know like some of us are, but there are apps that can tell you like when these things are likely to happen. And the video can't show, of course, but then in the bottom right, this is an image that I took from Nahant, the beach that we took you to, Amy. Just a couple weeks ago, we went and had these gorgeous aurora displays here in Massachusetts, which is pretty rare for us to have these. So it was really cool to see. So yeah, that's solar activity and aurora, and we may very well could have some more. We're still kind of near that solar maximum, so definitely it's worth it to get the app, stay in the know, because you might have a chance to see it yourself. And I would just say that if you think you have them in your area and it's clear, just like no clouds in the sky, look north, take your phone camera, take a picture. It's going to be able to see it a little bit better than your eyes, because it's a little sensitive.
Good tip.
So for example, this, where you see all this green, for my eyes, it looked more like a cloud, actually, a grayish cloud. If they're really intense, then you see it green with your eyes, but it will look more like a gray cloud. Okay, next slide. So then something else that just happened recently in this month was a supermoon. So it was the brightest moon of the year. And these are almost, I mean, when they're coming up, they definitely appear huge, and they are so very bright. And so I wanted to share that one. Not least of which has a funny name, the Beaver Moon.
Now, why is that?
Each month, you know, the moon has its own name. Like there's a harvest moon, there's a blue moon, there's the Beaver Moon, and I'm not sure of all the history of all of them, but you know, they each kind of have their own name. And the supermoon is, I think it's not only it's like when it's closer to the Earth, but then also there's some other moons that sometimes the way the dates fall, you get 2 full moons in a month, and then they have another name. And some of those are more kind of like, I don't know, they're not as astronomically like factual. They're just kind of cultural or historical, the names. But so anyway, this is a like 9-panel mosaic I did with my telescope. So I took like a zoomed in view, took lots of video, stacked all the individual frames, and then did a mosaic of all of them stitched together. And so you can see Of course, along the left side, the most prominent impact crater is the Tycho crater, where you have this really, really bright spot, and you have these rays emanating out where material got pushed up into the not the atmosphere, but around the moon, and like fell down in these straight lines. And then to the right, you have that really spidery looking one called Copernicus, which is my favorite crater. And then, of course, all those darker regions are called mare. Those are actually old lava lakes that have filled in. From
Wow.
like 4 billion years ago, from the late heavy bombardment area. And so like the moon was like molten. So like they had these, you get these impacts, and then molten material would come up and flood those impact basins. And yeah, it's really cool because you can see all those details through a telescope. Actually, even like with binoculars. But with a telescope, you can see even more. Okay.
Incredible.
And then yeah, next one. This one's one that I obviously talked about when we were last together in March. But Saturn is still in the sky. So if you look southeast after sunset, you can see an orangey quote unquote star, but it will not be flickering, right? Planets don't flicker. They are more of a stable point. And so I put this image up so you can see kind of where it will be relative to the rest of the stuff in the sky. And it'll be a pretty bright star. You can't miss it. It's basically in that circle of about 5 stars there. And it's, if you have a telescope, if you train it on there, you'll easily see the rings. Although right about now they're edge on. So last month I took an image and you can see they're razor thin. And then in another right about now, basically they're perfectly edge on. So like you can hardly see them, and then they'll start tilting again. And so this is a 14-year cycle where you can see my first image of Saturn in 2018, where the rings were tilted more towards us, and then over the years they've tilted so that they're like edge on. So it's been, think about how many years it's taken to make this photo sequence.
Right.
And I'd like to think I'm getting better at imaging, but I don't know. We'll see.
Pretty good to me.
So then I have to also share, this is yeah, right. And you think about it, it's itty bitty, and then like it's a moving target, like, and also like the sky's moving. So anyway, I'm proud of what I've accomplished. And then this is a gorgeous image of Saturn. This is a real image of Saturn taken by the Cassini space probe when it went behind Saturn and the sun was on the opposite side. So you can see all of its rings in perfect, just illuminated glory. And some of you might remember the pale blue dot from Carl Sagan. And there is an equivalent, like the blue dot is in here. Actually, I'm not, I'd have to like do it. I should have done an inset, but Earth also makes an appearance. But I just love this image of Saturn because it shows like the rings so beautifully. You can even see the diffraction of the light through the atmosphere of Saturn. It's just great. Next slide.
Beautiful.
And then we had some visitors. Okay, so Amy, I had to do a shout out for you because comets. One of the ways we discovered them is you look at where they're coming and you track them, and they come from a region called the Oort cloud. And we only know the existence of the Oort cloud because if we take all the comets and we plot out the trajectories, they basically come from all directions around us. So it's a spherical orientation around the solar system. And so that's why it's called the Oort cloud. Otherwise you have things in belts, in planes in the solar system because of the kind of conservation of angular momentum, things formed out of a plane, right? A rotating nebula, right? They turned into the sun and all the planets. So you have asteroids in the asteroid belt, you have the Kuiper belt objects in the Kuiper belt, and then you have, which is out past like Neptune and includes Pluto. And then you have the Oort cloud. The Oort cloud is a light year away from us. Like it's really far out there. And it's these very loosely gravitationally interacting balls of ice and dust, basically. And then if a passing star or a little nudge, like a collision or something, can send these objects into the inner solar system. And then when they do, they have this material on them that's ice. And so when it gets closer to the sun, it irradiates and gets ionized, and so you can see colors. So if you look on the right hand side, that's Comet Lemon, and you have the C2 ion that gives that green glow, and you have dust and ion trails that come off. So that's an amateur photographer's photo, as amateur as one can be to take a photo like that, right?
Right.
Like, so good. And then the C2025 K1 Atlas is another one that we had recently. So it's interesting that we had a lot of comets kind of recently that were like kind of back to back, and so you could actually see them at the same time. I struggle to find comets in my urban setting, so I didn't really take the effort to do that. So I relied on the work of others for this. But I want to call out that, sometimes when comets go around the sun, they don't always survive. Sometimes if you see them coming into the sun and they go behind the sun from our perspective, and then that's their closest approach, and then they come out, and sometimes they're gone, like they're just like basically a cloud of dust at the end, and that kind of dissipates. And sometimes they break up. And so you can see this middle image here, the comet, because of its gravitational interaction with the sun, it broke up into multiple pieces on its way around the sun. You get jets that get activated like from material coming off of the surface, and they can change orientation, and they can like get different kind of orbital mechanics from that interaction with the sun and the interplay of that object with its jets of gas coming off of it. And so on the left, which brings me to the one I want to talk about a little bit more at length, is 3I Atlas. This is an interstellar object. It is the only third known interstellar comet that we've ever observed. And if you look at the two comets on the bottom right, those are the orbits that I pulled from the Sky Live, and they are parabolic. But the orbit to the bottom left, Amy, if it's not parabolic, what could it be if it's not parabolic?
Elliptical
or
hyperbolic.
Hyperbolic. So it's a hyperbolic orbit. And so we can plot this out, and we know, if it's hyperbolic, it's not coming back to the sun.
Right.
It's just passing by and it's going away.
Yes.
I had to call out the math there for you.
Yay.
But this image here, I think, is also incredible because it is a picture from from orbit of Mars.
Wow.
So it's from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter high-rise camera. And so when it took this picture, the asteroid was only like 0.2 astronomical units from Mars and was able to get this gorgeous picture. And so there's a Harvard astronomer who likes to say that this is a spacecraft and it's going on the other side of the sun to avoid detection. And it's, astronomers can't explain this sudden change in trajectory. And it's like, yeah, we can. So it's fun to think about, of course, but it frustrates me because then, God, I go to a party and it's like, you start getting people asking you, oh my God, did you see that there's possibly aliens? And anyway.
Yeah.
It's fun to think about, but it's not necessarily real. So that's comments. And I think go one more. I have to say also, so it's still time to see the Milky Way pretty nicely. So at looking west, right at sunset, you'll see if you're in a dark sky, you can see some of the Milky Way there to the left. And then I love this constellation Lyra, which is the 4 stars you see, or really 5 stars you see there, kind of in a trapezoid shape. Not trapezoid, parallelogram shape. And then you have Vega, which is a very bright star. And Vega is 24 light years from Earth and is the source of the signal in the movie Contact.
Yes.
Which is a great movie you should see, or a great book you should read by Carl Sagan. And I took this image in October of the Ring Nebula, which is a planetary nebula, star that's gone kaboom, which is about halfway between those 2 stars where the arrow is. And it's just a beautiful nebula. And at the middle of that is a white dwarf, which you can see. It's about like a 15th magnitude star. Yeah, I just love it. Next. So to look forward to, like right now, about 11 p.m. for those of us in about the Northern Hemisphere, U.S., you'll see this view before you. So Jupiter's coming up as well. So as we go through the season, Jupiter is going to be like, you'll see this kind of earlier and earlier in the evening. So it won't be as late at night for you. But Jupiter was just worth noticing how it will move across the sky, just like the other planets do. They wander. And then, of course, Orion, my favorite constellation, that's where you'll see the Orion Nebula. And also of note is the brightest star in our sky, Sirius, which is only about 8.5 light years from us. and it's like 1.7 times or 1.6 times bigger than our sun. It's a blue giant, and it is very bright and beautiful to look at. So this is something to come, and all through the winter. You know, there's a reason that Tendi is the mistress of the winter constellations. Orion is a winter constellation. Which I don't know if, I guess, presumably Orion is near enough to Earth that they would also have a view of the Orion constellation and would therefore have, anyway, I think the writers took some liberty there.
Oh.
Oh, and one more thing is Betelgeuse up there in the upper left-hand corner of Orion. It's going to go supernova any millennium now. So always take a look just to see, just in case you might see it. Next slide. James Webb, of course, is always hitting up the headlines. There's some really great stuff. There was a slowdown. There was no posting of its data because of the government shutdown, but now that it's back up, they're starting to post images again. And another one, Amy, I had to put some math in here for you.
Yes.
So every object, if you have like the two objects and one object orbits the other, you're going to have these points called Lagrange points where they are stable orbits. And so you can have L1, L4, L5, L3, L2. And actually, a lot of those solar images I showed you, a lot of those solar spacecraft actually are in orbit around these other Lagrange points. So they give us a full view of the sun.
Wow.
But we put Webb out in L2, you know, get it far from Earth so it can have no interference from Earth or the sun. So it's kind of like a safer spot out there. But look at this. This is a triple star system, and it's shells of gas, like nested shells of gas. And look at the incredible shapes that they formed from the stars kind of expelling like their dust like around. It's so mind-blowing. Like that is an actual object in our universe. It's
my gosh. Yes.
stunningly beautiful.
I'm so glad you brought up Lagrange points because that is one of my Amy's math moments, if you are a Patreon member, that I explained the Lagrange point because that was discussed in Discovery Season 5.
Oh, yep. So yay, coming full circle. And I'm almost done. I'll go to the next slide. I have to talk about the Rubin telescope because this has come online and this year, and I just visited it last July. It wasn't online then, but I got to. This is my photo from the top of Cerro Pachon, and incredible facility. And it's the largest digital camera ever constructed, 3.2 gigapixels. You see, it's the size of a bus, you know, right behind those people. And what's special about this telescope is it images the entire sky every 3 days, and allows us to see very rapid phenomena. So, and also would then allow us to say, okay, this thing's happening really quick. Get the other telescopes to go look at it. Because otherwise we would miss those phenomena. And you can imagine if you're looking at the whole sky every 3 days, you're going to see points of light move, right? Because there's so much debris in our solar system that's always moving. And so if you go to the next slide, there's a link here where you can look at some of the videos that they showed in their first light data. Like in the first 5 days, they discovered 2,000 about 2,000 new asteroids every single day.
Wow.
Josh, can we read a couple of these out for the benefit of anyone who's just listening to us?
Sure.
Yeah, what have we got here?
The first light for the Rubin telescope was in June of 2025 and showing an image here. And I must say that there is no computer monitor on this Earth that can display these images at their full resolution. So it's just to give you an idea of how enormous they are. One snapshot from the Rubin telescope is like many times bigger than the full moon. It's like 4 or 5 times, I think, something like that. And there's a link. You can go to rubinobservatory.org, RUBIN, and explore the images. There's a beautiful, and there's only a couple in there now, but there's something like, I don't know how many million galaxies in these couple of images already. So you can definitely, even though there's 3 pictures uploaded, you can have lots to look at. And if you go to just Google Rubin telescope and go to rubinobservatory.org, you'll be able to navigate to all these items I'm talking about. But they discovered 2,000 new asteroids per night in the first 5 days of first light. And there's a link as well to take a look at that. And they show you the video, you have an image, you can see over time these points of light moving across. And this image I love, you're seeing fairly, I guess, kind of nearby these gorgeous spiral galaxies. And then you have these, if you go to the top right, those are galaxies that are interacting with each other. And you see these big tidal streams of stars being thrown off as they are merging together and interacting with each other. You have these enormous galaxy clusters, like in the bottom left, where you have all these galaxies together, like warping space. And it's just a gorgeous, stunning image. And if you zoom in, there's even more detail to see.
Oh,
Brilliant.
incredible.
So highly recommend to follow Ruben. And I'll finish with a final slide just to say a reminder to, if you're interested in things I saw today, like there are ways to keep engaging. Astronomy Picture of the Day is back uploading daily pictures. It's a great way to learn about all kinds of different phenomena. If you want to look at this night sky, I mean, that's the best way to stay in touch, is just look up and see and be curious about what you're seeing. Even from a light polluted sky, there's lots you can see. Sky and Telescope does a wonderful free weekly kind of blog that's Sky at a Glance, and it will show you these really easy to digest graphics and give you recommendations of, sometimes it's like, oh, look at this nebula, but then sometimes it'll be, oh no, like look at this really interesting shape of the constellation. This constellation is this, and this is when it's visible, and it'll show you like where the moon's going to be on different nights. So it's really fun. And then there's some apps for your phone. I already mentioned the Aurora app earlier, but Stellarium is one that's really helpful to find things. The NASA app, Skyview, Starwalk, these are all great. And then of course YouTube videos are really great. And I have to say, Star Talk by Neil deGrasse Tyson is entertaining, and you can learn all kinds of cool things. And then, of course, follow space missions. I mentioned the Roman telescope. I mentioned the Rubin telescope, the Webb telescope. So keep looking up. And if you need a gift for a young one who might be showing a predilection for science, this is a cute little science sort of space-themed children's book called Look Up.
Oh.
That is just so amazing. Davey says, FYI, I love astronomy stuff. Thanks, Josh, for a genuinely interesting segment. And it is. And I love that, like, there is a call to action. Like, if we want to learn more, then we need to be involved. And visiting sites like this and talking about this is a way to keep it going, because we need to learn more what's out there.
Yeah. I don't know if we've got Christian, but we definitely have Kristin. If we want to bring Kristin in as well and see what she was thinking of the night sky there with Josh.
Hey.
Hi, I'm just trying to find that book.
Oh.
That little, I guess I was like gotta buy a couple little kitty Christmas presents. Anyway, I love everything space. I love everything of the moon cycle and all that. So also the beaver moon. I know, LOL, right? All of the full moon names are based on ancient traditions and how people used to look to full moons to help them through and deal with the transitions that were coming up on Earth. So the beaver moon comes from one of two. One I don't really like, and it was the time of year when they would set a lot of beaver traps to trap beavers to get their pelts to keep warm over the winter. The second one, which is much more like animal friendly, is this is the time of year when you would see beavers really starting to put the last finishing touches on their dams, gather all their stuff. You could see them walking with their little goodies in their mouth, and they were beginning to hibernate and turn inwards for the cold seasons. And it was a reminder to us that it is time to rest. The winter is a time to just let the earth do what it needs to do until the first signs of spring in Ostara and Imbolc that were coming up in February and March, which when we have the pink moon, no, the worm moon and the snowy moon. Yes.
Yay.
I love learning about a subject from all different sides. Like that just makes it even more meaningful.
I love it.
I love slotting the science fiction into the science facts. So all of these factual references that you're putting out there, Josh, I'm thinking, oh, like Vega, that was mentioned in the episode.
Yes.
So I love piecing the Star Trek pieces together with all of the real life astronomy.
Yeah.
You make a good point, Kristin. I think it would be worthwhile in a future segment to maybe talk about some like indigenous ways of knowing the sky and even just calling back to some of these other traditions, because people existed for millennia
So long.
with that knowledge, and it helped them survive and thrive. So
yeah, they knew that when certain things were, they didn't know the reasons why, but we know that now. And to know at how certain ancient beliefs were so spot on, they just didn't know why or have the proof or the analytical data behind it. So now when we do, we see like some of them weren't too far off. Some of them, they really knew what they were doing. So
yeah, they were interacting with the seasons and these moons, but didn't know why. But they were successful in interacting with the science.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was life or death for them. So they had to learn how to commune properly with the world. And now we're in a place, of course, where we've sort of created ways that we are no longer at the mercy necessarily of what was going on in the night sky, but now we can appreciate it on such a different level. And it's just stunning, and it makes you think like all of that is going on out there right now. And we're just here having a lovely chat, but what is actually percolating in space right now? It's just
it makes you feel very small. It makes you see your place in the universe and kind of thinking, is it really that big a deal when you're dwelling on something?
Yeah.
Yes.
I always feel quite humbled by the night sky.
Humbling is a very good word. And though we may be small, you all are still very important. And you still have a place. So.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, Josh, thank you as always. I honest to God, I could listen to you talk for hours about this.
Yes.
It's so you're so passionate when you come on and speak to us. So thank you on behalf of all of the listeners, all of the viewers. We've lost Christian. He's going pouring a pint. But while we've got you guys on screen, Josh, could you remind the viewers and listeners where they can find you online on the socials?
Sure. I'm if you look my full name, Joshua Judkins. That's basically my handle everywhere. So I'm Joshua Judkins on Instagram, I'm Joshua Judkins on Facebook, and I'm Joshua Judkins on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much, Josh. We'll see you again really, really soon.
Yes.
Bye.
And Kristin, for the final time this season, remind everyone where they can find you.
Of course, on Instagram at KStrat. Stay tuned on Instagram. I have the most beautiful picture of my boy Ben that I will be posting today. Oh. And of course, always active on Reddit at User Garrick's Fan Club, where we're always engaging about interesting topics and new thoughts on classic Trek.
Well, Kristin, this has just been so wonderful having you do our news. Gosh, another 8 weeks.
4 seasons.
I know, 4 seasons. But we will get to see you on All Good Things.
Sorry.
We'll be together soon enough doing All Good Things.
We will. But Amy, just think it's going to be All Good Things, which means we don't have to do anything with our faces. We can just roll out of bed like the guys.
All vocal talents. Brilliant. We'll see you in a couple of weeks then. Thanks, Kristin. Yay.
Love you both. Love everybody.
And Amy, where can people find you?
Well, as I mentioned previously, you can hear me on Union Federation. Right now we're covering the Q episodes, one of the fan favorites. You can, in a couple weeks, as mentioned, hear me on All Good Things. You can follow me. I am in Discord, which is my favorite place, and the Facebook group, the BQN Collective. And then at BQN Podcasts, that's sort of the network, but I check it every now and then too. So, and Kelvin, where can people find you on your socials?
I am on most of the socials at Kelvin's Timeline. I can be found in the BQN Collective Facebook group. I love to see all of your posts, all of your memes. And as Amy has said, Kristin, Amy, and Christos, we will all be back with All Good Things, our other show, in a couple of weeks' time. So we will put some posts out there on socials to let you know the exact date our next episode is dropping there. And we will be back with more Viewscreen in the spring next year.
Absolutely. So we just really want to thank all of our guests for coming on today and this whole season. Just sharing your gifts and your talents and your knowledge and your love and passion. It just always comes through. We also want to thank our behind the scenes, David and Kit, so much for their dedication all season. They have really made the season just wonderful. So thank you.
And we would love to hear as well what you guys thought of today's show. And there are many ways you can do that. You can join our Facebook group, the BQN Collective, or you can join our Discord server, and you can follow us, the BQN feed on Instagram and Bluesky to continue the discussion over there. You can find all of the links in the show notes.
And a huge thank you to our Patreon members for your ongoing support of the network and our show. You'll never hear a commercial on BQN. We have designed it that way. So if you would like to support the network, please go to patreon.com/BQN.
Or you can scan our QR code, which is just up there in
popped
the
up right there on time.
Just on time. Now, if becoming a patron isn't your thing, then remember you can still help support the network, our show, and our other shows just by spreading the word organically, having a chat with your mates in the fandoms, directing them towards us, making comments, posts. You'll be seen and we'll be seen. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, what else, Kelvin?
We're done. That's it for this season of the Viewscreen. We are 8 weeks done. If you're new to the show, we do have all of our back catalogue of seasons 1 through 4 available on YouTube or as podcasts wherever you get your podcasts. But as I've just said, we will be back with brand new The Viewscreen not later in the year, next year in the spring.
Yes. And again, please check us out on All Good Things in a couple weeks. Kristin, Kelvin, and myself getting back to discuss all the good things in Star Trek I'm really enjoying our series that we've got going. We've got some good series coming up.
Got some great ones. But for now, that's it. We're done. It is time to end transmission. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.